Alright, gamers, sorry about that, I'm back. Alright, so, we were talking about the elks. Not a big fan of the elk or the elk fawn. I don't like that they move, it messes up my board. Field mice. Field mice first S tier. Choose sacrifice for a 2/2 with this little sigil right here. That is possibly my favorite sigil in the entire game. What it does is when you play a card, it makes a duplicate of that. When you play a card with this sigil, it makes a duplicate of that card in your hand. This is a very good sigil to have on anything. You can put it on your ants to make infinite ants. You can put it on your goats to make infinite goats. You can put it on your hand things to make infinite hand things. You can put it on a warren to make infinite bunnies. There's just so many things you can do with it. You infinite sacrifices in a turn. You can do anything with this sigil. It is my favorite sigil in the entire game. So that's why Field Mice is going to be the first S tier. Gek. Gek is another good target for this. That's what we're on to next. Gek, I'm going to put in A tier. Say 1/1 with the lizard thing. But more importantly, if you look up here, it doesn't have a cost. This makes Gek, if you can power it up, maybe you get a Field Mice sigil on it. You can just keep playing it over and over again. You can power it up to have a free 1/1. It's free. You can use it as a sacrifice if you want to. It's just so good. It's so good. And there's a starting deck that uses only 0-cost cards. That is also a very good starting deck, and the Gek is one of the best cards in that starting deck just because it's damage right off the bat. It's just, I like the Gek. I like the Gek a lot. I don't love the Gek, which is why it's not above Field Mice, but I like the Gek. This is a random card, and random card goes in the middle because it's a random card. Could be good, could be bad, I don't know. It's random. Great White and Grizzly. Great White, swimming. I don't like swimming. Great White is going to go... I'm kind of rushing things along. Great White can go C tier. I don't like swimming. It makes it so it can't block anything. Grizzly, I'm going to put bottom of B tier because it's like Grizzly, but it has more health, and also... Or it's like Great White, but it has more health, and also it's not swimming, so it can take some hits while also dishing out a lot of damage. So it's the 2/3 sacrifices that do 4 damage. Next up, we have this thing, which is question mark sacrifices. It does 4 damage and has 1 health, and has this cool sigil that makes it so that enemies don't attack it. Pretty good. I like it. I'm gonna put it in A tier, not S tier. You may be thinking, oh, it's 4 damage, 1 health. I don't see any sacrifice, and enemies can't attack it. Why is that bad? How this card works is it hides within another card. So you don't know that's hiding in the card until you play that card, and then when you play it, it just becomes this card. It could be hiding in any card, which means that it could be any amount of sacrifices. This is good if it is on like a Gek with 0 sacrifices, or like a 1 sacrifice, like maybe your hand card or your bullfrog or your mole man. But that could make it good, but if it costs like 3 sacrifices, it's just not really worth it. Especially since it only has 1 health, you can take it out with like a porcupine or something along those lines. It's just it's not all that. It's not all that in a bag of potato chips. So yeah, that's this one. That's that one. Next up, we have the Kingfisher. The Kingfisher is 1 sacrifice for a 1/1 that is swimming and flying. No. Bottom of D tier. I hate it. I hate this card. It sucks. Swimming and flying. Both things I don't like. Only 1/1 with 1 health. Oh, or 1 sacrifice. Oh, I hate it. I don't even know why I hate it. I really don't like the Kingfisher. I hate it so much. Discard. I don't do bones. I don't do bones. I'm going to put it under Great White. I don't do bones. I also don't do birds. I don't do bones, and I don't do birds, and I don't do flying. And this is based on birds, bones, and flying, and 3 sacrifices for all that. Sacrifices, but you need bones. Why would you be... You would need that for you would need this card would be good in a bone deck. But this costs sacrifices. 3 of them. 3 big sacrifices. For just this, which makes it... So I'll explain it. This means that its damage is equal to half the amount of bones that you have, and I don't like it. Magpie. Magpie sucks. It's a bad card. But if you put its sigil on something else, it becomes a good card, just like some of these other cards. So I'm going to put it in second in B tier because it's very good sigil. It's only on the Magpie. It can be good on anything, much like the Field Mouse. But unlike the Field Mouse, the Magpie on its own is not a very good card without taking a sigil off. The Field Mice, if you have it, you can certainly use it to do some good stuff. But not the Magpie. I don't like the Magpie. So Magpie, I'll put Magpie in A tier because it has such a good sigil. But I don't like the Magpie. Mantis God. Mantis God attacks 3 times. 3 times. 1 health, 1 attack. I don't like the Mantis God. I'm sorry, guys. It's good. I mean, I'll put it in A tier. It's not that good. 1 sacrifice, 1/1, attacks 3 times, it's 3 damage. It can attack all 3 of the things. It's pretty good. But it's not, overpowered. I mean, if you beef it up, sure, but, on its own, it's just not that good. I don't like it. Mantis. D tier. 1 sacrifice for a 1/1 that doesn't even attack in front of it. I'll put it in C tier, because, it could be worse. But it attacks boom, 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 boom. Don't like it. Doesn't even attack in front of it, just bad. Mealworm. I don't like Mealworm. So how it works is if you sacrifice it, the thing that you if I were to sacrifice this guy to bring out this guy would gain all of this guy's stats, which is plus 2 health. Bring it up to 5 health. It's pretty good, except it costs bones. I don't like bones, and it's for sacrifice-based decks. I guess that's why it costs a few amount of bones. I mean, if you campfire it, sure, you can get some good stats on it, and then you can sacrifice it to give something else those good stats. But why not just use the campfire to give that something else the good stats instead of giving it to the mealworm? I just don't like the mealworm. And there's also a lot of cards that it can't give attack to, like any of these cards or these cards. Any card that has a special thing for its attack, a variable attack like this one. I don't know. I just don't like the mealworm. It's not terrible though. I'll put it in B. This one, easily the worst of the 3 tentacle monsters. What this card does. Where did the bell ringer go? Where did I put the bell ringer? There's the bell ringer. This card mirrors the attack of the thing across from it, which is pretty good, except there's nothing across from it. It's not going to do any damage. And it's not like you're going to be using... I just don't like it. I mean, 3 health for a 1 sacrifice is pretty good, but I don't know. It's just not great. Put it at the bottom of B, because it can be useful. Mole Man. I like Mole Man. Mole Man's good. I'll put Mole Man in B. Mole Man, if a creature were to attack a spot, Mole Man will jump in to block it, and also blocks flying. So, he's a good, he's defense. He has 6 health, he's a good defender. Mole is like Mole Man, but worse. Which is why Mole Man is rare, and Mole is not. Mole is alright, though. Mole is pretty cool. 4 health. Also burrows into a defend, but doesn't have 6 health, and also doesn't protect against flying, so it's, it's going to be a lot worse than Mole Man. Moose Buck. On its own, D tier, with the other woodland creatures. Woodland creatures just aren't that good of a thing. They move. I don't like the movement. It messes up my board. And the Moose Buck, unlike these 2, if you put something next to it, it'll just push that thing as well. That's what the push is instead of the move. So I'm not a big fan of Moose Buck. And 3 sacrifice for only 3 attack. I get that it has 7 health, but I'm looking for the attack stats, man. It does pair well with the Black Goat and that Woodland starting deck that I like. But but on its own, 3 sacrifice for a 3 attack and 7 health is not that good. Mud Turtle. I really like the Mud Turtle. I'm a fan of the Mud Turtle. I'm gonna put Mud Turtle in in B tier, high B tier. Because, you know, it's got that snake thing, which, you know, makes it good for totems. It has nano armor, or whatever the heck it's called in woodland creature terms, which makes the first time it's attacked, it doesn't take any damage. It also has 2 health and 2 attack for 2 sacrifices. It's pretty good. I like the mud turtle. A possum, no. 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 Yeah. Ouroboros, S tier, top S tier, as much damage as you want. If you can get a good engine setup, literally OP. You can use it throughout the whole game and all the different parts, just to be. It's like it's made to be completely overpowered and to just help you through everything. Since you can get it in all the sections, and it keeps the same attack. In Kaycee's mod, it is alright. You can get a high attack if you get a good enough tribute engine going. But, you know, it doesn't save between runs. So, but it's definitely S tier, you know, with the sheer amount of attack you can get on it for pretty easy, and then it keeps that attack every single time. Unlike some other cards that can get up to high attack, like the card holder. Next up we have Pack Rat. I don't like Pack Rat. It has the same stats as the turtle, but doesn't have that armor, and has this cool ability which gives you an item, which is good. It's a good ability, but I get so many of them because you go to the item places and it gives you a pack rat if you're full on items. But I don't want a pack rat. I don't want a pack rat. I want nothing. It just messes up my deck. C tier. No. B tier. You got 2 attack. And has a pretty good ability. I don't like it personally because I get so many of them. Pelt Lice, D tier. 4 sacrifice for a 1/1. It may sound really bad, but what it does is when you put a pelt down, it puts the Pelt Lice next to it, even if the Pelt Lice is in your deck. But for that to happen, you need to have pelts, and if you don't have any pelts in your deck, which is how you're normally going to be running, people don't just keep pelts in their deck very often. If you don't have pelts, it's just 4 sacrifices for a 1/1, which is not good. That's why it's bottom of D tier. Can be good, but in my experience usually isn't. Porcupine is middle of the pack. It's alright, you know. When attack 2 health, when something attacks it takes damage for 1 sacrifice. It's alright. Like, I won't be terribly upset if I get it, but I also won't be, like, jumping for joy. It's just a Porcupine. Pronghorn. Pronghorn is a worse Mantis that also moves, and therefore it's going with the other moving ones. There is 1 mover that I actually do like. 2 actually, but we'll get to those later. These ones are all bad. Raccoon. I like the raccoon. He's cool. He's not good, but I think he looks cool. He's got that smug little look. This makes it so that when enemies on your opponent's field die, they also give you bones. He also costs 3 bones. I don't like bone strategy, but I like the raccoon. Bottom C. He's cool. If I didn't think he looked cool, he would be in D tier, definitely. Rat King does, in fact, go in bottom of C. Gives you 4 bones when it dies, 2 sacrifices for a 2 attack. That's decent. You know, it can get you out of some tough situations with those 2 attack points. It's just, you know, it's just not that good. You know, I'm not a bone guy. Rattler, not a bone guy. Good card. You know, 3 attack, that's good, but 6 bones, too many, more than I'm gonna get. Raven. No, it's a bird. I don't like birds. Pretty good though. I'm gonna put it in C tier. Raven Egg. A little bit better than the Raven. It becomes a Raven for only 1 sacrifice and has 2 health, unlike all of the other evolving cards. So, you know, it has a chance to actually stay on the field until it evolves. Red Heart. Red Heart is another card. All of the cards that have this, except the Ant, have the potential to get really high attacks if you have certain engines going. If you have something get a lot of cards in your hand, this can have really high attack. If you have something that can get you a lot of bones, this can have really high attack. If you have something that can get you a lot of if you can get something that can get a lot of sacrifices in one turn, like, for example, a 1-cost card that has the field mice, then the red heart is very good because its attack is equal to the amount of sacrifices you can get in one turn, which means that it can get some very high attack points in Kaycee's mod, which is not a thing that you get with a lot of cards. I think I got like 123 one time, but you just have to have the patience to do that. Red heart. I like red heart. I've heard some people don't like red heart. Red heart is the only moving card that I like. I like the red heart. I like things that can get high damage. Ringworm. 1 sacrifice for a 0/1 bug. It sounds kind of bad, right? I'm gonna put it top of... No, right below cat. Very good in the Leshy's Cabin original Inscryption. Kind of good in... No, pretty good in Kaycee's mod. Basically, how it works is you play the card, does nothing. It's on the field a bad card. But if you use a campfire to try to buff it up, and the campfire people eat the ringworm, they cut it up and eat it, then every time you go back to the campfire, the people are all gone, and you can just use the campfire as many times as the game will let you, which is... It lets you do it a lot of times in the normal Leshy's Cabin, but in Kaycee's mod, it only lets you do it twice, which makes it less good in Kaycee's mod. But 2 extra attack on any card is still really good, and the ringworm can help you do that without having to fear your card's death. River Otter, don't like it. It's better than the Kingfisher because it's not flying, but I don't want it. Riffer Snapper. 2 sacrifice, 6 health, 1 attack. There are other cards that also have 6 health. That cost less. And have only 1 less attack. And you can campfire this guy up 1 time, and it will just be a much better Riffer Snapper. Riffer Snapper goes in C tier. Skink. 1 sacrifice, 1/2. When it gets hit, it moves to the side, and a little wriggling tail is put in its place, like cuts in half, and then it becomes a new skink, like Skink Stew. And then it loses its sigil, not permanently, but like for that while it's on the field. I like Skink. It's pretty cool. I'll put it in B tier. It can survive a hit. It can tank a hit from anything, which is a pretty good thing to be able to do. Like the where did I put the mud turtle? Can survive any attack. Pretty good. Skunk. 0 attack, 3 health, 1 sacrifice. Stinky. Makes thing across from it lose 1 attack. Pretty good. Can be helpful against something that only has 1 attack, like maybe an adder that you're having trouble getting rid of, because it'll just kill your guys if you don't have anything. Maybe like a flying thing that's just doing continuous damage to you, and you want to make it so it can't do it. Like if they have a sparrow that's just doing continuous damage to you, you can use the skunk to make it so it's not doing anything. Sparrow is not good. Put it under the bat, 'cause it's like a bat, but its stats are swapped, even though with your flying things you want them to have high attack. And it also costs sacrifice instead of bones, which makes it better, but the less attack makes it worse. Stoat. Really like the Stoat in Leshy's Cabin, not so much in Kaycee's mod, because you don't... It loses 1 attack, it loses 1 health. It's not as good. Not a big fan of the Stoat in Kaycee's mod. I'll put it in B tier just because it's very good in Leshy's Cabin. You just keep boosting the Stoat over and over again. I don't know why, it's just a thing. Strange Larva. After 2 turns, it evolves into Mothman. So it evolves the first time into like this cocoon, and then after that, I don't remember if there's this. I don't remember. I think it's like it evolves once, then it evolves again, and then it evolves into Mothman. So kind of slow to get out, but Mothman has like 7 attack, It has flying, which has the good thing about flying. Flying is good if you can get something with high attack that has it. The Strange Larva is that thing. Strange Larva is going to go in B tier because of how slow it is, but also it's good. Tadpole. It's free. Swimming after a turn it evolves into Frogman. And therefore, it is above Frogman because it becomes Frogman. Where's Frogman? Wasn't he B? There he is. There's Frogman. Oh, Grizzly. Grizzly should be right above Great White. Tadpole will be right above Frogman. Free is very good. Tadpole can go high A. Free is very good. You know, it's free sacrifice, but also the swimming doesn't make it that great because you can't block a hit. It can't block a hit, and evolving into what's his face is pretty good. Evolving into the frog is pretty good. Turkey Vulture. 3 attack, 3 health with flying. That's what I like about flying. High attack. But 8 bones makes it me so that I don't like it. Me no likey, Turkey Vulture. Don't use it. It's hard to get out for me. Ooyaruli. 7 attack, 7 health, 4 sacrifice. It's just a big beat stick. I can also take quite a beating. Ooyaruli can go A tier. I like the Ooyaruli. I like the high attack. I'll put it there. I like the high attack of the Ooyaruli. Warren. Warren's good. Good sigil. 1 sacrifice. It basically gives you 2 sacrifices off of it. You sacrifice. You start off with the Warren in your hand. You sacrifice a squirrel to make the Warren, and then it gives you a bunny. So it's a free 2 sacrifices on the field. You can use it to bring out like a wolf first turn or something like that. Warren's pretty good, especially if you can get like a search on it. I like the Warren. I'll put it in B tier. I'll put it there. Warren's a C for me. High C. I'll put it above that. I'll put it top of C. Warren can get top of C. I like the bunnies. This is the other movement card that I like. The Wild Bull. It's a wolf, but it throws things behind it. It's a wolf that throws things behind it, and it's also Elkkin, which I like because it's part of my starting deck that I like, but it's not that great. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna do Wolverine because I want to do Wolf Cub and Wolf last. Wolverine, not good. Feral Bite makes. Oh, I like it above all this stuff though. The Feral Bite, every time it kills something, it gets another attack point. But it only has 1 attack point, so it's kind of hard for it to kill anything. And 5 bones makes it not that great. Now, Wolf and Wolf Cub, I absolutely love these 2 cards. They are so cool, and I like them a lot, and I always take them if I get them, because they're so cool, and I like them. Look, it's 1 sacrifice. It's Wolfkin. I like the Wolfkin. It got a lot of high attack. We got the... where is it? Dire Wolfkin. You can get a lot of high attack stuff on the field. Wolf Cub, you get that 1 attack. It can attack into that coyote, kill it, next turn it becomes a big wolf, and then it can attack the mule. This talking in specifically the Prospector fight. It's my Prospector fight strategies. Wolf, you can get that bad boy on the field. You got that 3 attack. You can just bang, 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 just keep attacking. I just love these 2 cards, and that's why they're going in the top of S tier. And this is not... They're not actually the best cards. This is just my personal opinion. It's not a joke. I actually really love these cards. I love the Wolf and the Wolf Cub. So here is my Inscryption tier list for the Kaycee's mod cards. All the cards that are in Kaycee's mod. Is there any other cool Inscryption tier list? All cards. Heck no. Act 1 cards, Sigil tier list. Sigils, that could be interesting. Inscryption all part 1 cards. Kaycee's model cards, power ranking tier list. Act 2 decks. Next page. I know which Act 2 deck I like the most. I like the wildlife one. Nothing. Okay, that's cool. Alright. So, maybe I'll make my own tier list at some point of maybe like the Act 3 cards. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. I hope you gamers enjoyed this. I just feel like I haven't uploaded a video in a while, so I'm making a long one today. I hope you gamers enjoyed this new tier lit. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!